Welcome back to Neil RC, guys. Thanks for coming back and hanging out. We do appreciate you. I put up a little post on what I got. And yes, we are fixing to put this mammoth gear on the old 5B here. And we're going to get this thing all set up and ready to rock and roll. So that's what we're doing today. Thank you for coming back and hanging out. I do appreciate it. So, first things first is we got to get the cover off. And then we're going to go ahead, we're going to pop the E-clip, slide that gear right off of there. And then we're going to grab our new gear and put it on. So, let's go take a look and see what we can get into. I do need a 3mm on them. 3 mil. Whoop. Yeah, there we go. I put a 3mm in them, by the way. These are not, it is not the factory hardware. And I know I've got me some of these beautiful metal trays from Harbor Freight. So let me go ahead and get into that real quick. I know, I wasn't prepared. Should have had this all opened up already. I'll get with it sooner or later. There we go. Metal tray. Perfect for the miscellaneous bolts. I'm going to slide you back over here where you can see. Yes, I'm doing this with the front camera. One that you would actually read your phone calls with. Yeah. When you see a phone call pop up, yeah, that's the side of the phone that I'm using right now viewing this. To make sure that I'm actually in frame. Yeah. Slide you up. And then we'll grab the flat side of the pick. Pop you off. And currently, right now, I'm running a 20 tooth pinion. And that original is a 57. Yeah, it's going to be backwards. Okay. But yeah, that's a 57 tooth pinion. That's original. The new one is right there, a 55. So that's what we're going with. We're going to jump this thing all the way up to a 55. Oh yeah, that's going to look a whole lot better. And then we'll take our little doodad, put our E-clip back in. The teeth are just barely touching right there, which is good. That's what I was hoping for. And now we need the 2.5 because that gear is coming off. And now I get to go get my new gear set up, which is over yonder. I believe they're in here, but I'm also thinking they may be in here. Yeah. I'm thinking they're in here. Oop, chair didn't move. I moved, chair didn't. Alrighty. Let's see. That says 1.5 and it is definitely 1.5. These here, I believe, are not going to work. That's a 28. 29. 27. That I think is not the right size either. 1.5, 19. 18. These go back in here. I believe. Let me make sure before I second guess myself. Yes. I've got gears. I've just got to find the right gears, put in the right spot. Yeah, that's the 19. And I had a 20 on it already. And I want to go to like a 21, 22, something in that ballpark. I know I've got them here. That's a 26. And that is going to be too tight. So now I'm looking for the 25. That's a 30. 35. I'm looking for my 25. I know I've got a 25 in here. Somewhere. I just got to find it. Yeah. I know I got a 25. That's 27, 29, 28. And they're a different mesh. So it's got to be in this container. I had a little bit more room, but that I don't. 19, 18, 16, 20, 17, and that is the 18. So what did I put you in? Let me look. Let me look. It's probably in this guy right here. Well, let me see. Do. Aye. 25. Yeah. May have to get a smaller set of regular gears for this. I don't know. But I'm thinking this 25 will fit. I really do. I'm thinking I'm going to be right in that ballpark. Oh no. Okay. Clearing the throat. Boy. I would hate to have to go down a gear, go back to the 20 and then lose that much off the top end. That's why I'm checking this over, because with me dropping down to a 55 from a 57, this should allow me to slide a bigger gear in there than that. That's what I was expecting anyway. So let me see what we got. I'm so close. And it's so far away. So let me see what we can do here. Pick that monster can up. Pull you off to that side. And clear the dirt and debris is what I'm thinking that is, because that is supposed to fit in there. That's supposed to fit in there. Let me see what we have yet to do with this chaos that I bring. Let's see, it's going to be in this one. Yep. Off. Oh, ow. Yeah, they're on there tight. If you haven't noticed, they're on there very tight. And yes, that is an actual 24 millimeter socket. That fits them quite well. Yeah, probably could get away with a 23 mil, but they're 24. And then I'm going to take this tire and shove it up underneath here where it's up out of my way. Well, I tend to this because I think that's supposed to go in there. And I'm yet to find out why it's fighting me. We are going to find out. Oy. There we go. It's been a while since that plate's been off. So we're going to find out what's going on here, because I think that should go in there. And I'm thinking that if I manipulate this enough, that will go in there. So, that, this, yeah, I was right. This is got plenty of rotation, but it's going to take some of that rotation away from me. So I need to create some clearance. And it's not a lot, That's the sad part. I'm not needing a lot of clearance here to get that to fit. Here's the big one. And I am not afraid to work on a piece of aluminum a little bit to make that work. It's just not like me not to do that, to give up so easy. Yeah, that would actually go. And it's not like I'm missing that much. A half a hole is all I'm missing it by. So if I had brought the motor out a half a hole, I could stick that pinion here on. And all it is a piece of aluminum. A little Dremel work. And I could make that work. Hell, make it work really good, and I can stick this 26 on there. Yeah. I'd even be able to put that 26 on there and still have enough room for the can to move. And still be able to slide it all the way back to put the smaller pinion gears on too. So that's what I think I'm going to do, boys. I'm going to do me some aluminum work. But yes, we're putting this pinion, and we're going to have pinion gears like this, or like this, right there, matched together. And I've got these big pinions like this that go, well, there's a 27, a 28, a 29, and I've got the 30s down there. Well, 30s are right here. There's the 30s right there. So yeah, and they all go on these big shafts. So yeah, I'm unlimited. I just got to be able to move this forward, and I've got plenty of room in front of the motor. I've just got to do a little Dremel work. So let me go get that Dremel work done, and when I get done with the Dremel work, I will turn around and I'll come back. Taken care of. I'm going to show you over here what I done. That way you'll know. It wasn't a lot of work, but it was enough. Enough I had to go to the doghouse to grab some parts. Or not parts, but I had to go grab the tools to fix the parts. So let me go ahead and I'll bring it right back down here. Down. And there you go. 25 tooth pinion is now on. Cannot go any bigger than that. There's not enough room in the material to go any bigger than that. So 25 is what I got. I can't do anything different with the spur gear here. That's as small as I can go so that I can get the 25 in there. And the original, the smallest one, or before the smallest one, was this. I'll try and see if I can't give you an idea on that here in just a second. There we go. That's what I was up against before, and this is what I got now. Yeah, I'd love to have been able to get that one on there, but it's just too tight. I might be able to get enough wiggle room on that to get that in there, but boy, I'm telling you, I'm going to be stressing the material side of it pretty good. Right now it is just with what I would say, as you can see right in, let me get my little pointer here, guys. That material right in there, right there is what I removed. About the same amount on each side. So, yeah. I will try. Yeah, there we go. Good teeth mesh. And yes, these are wider than the other ones. Hell, that's even... Yeah. They're the same width as that. These ones here. So, yeah. Got a good teeth mesh all the way through. So I'm happy. I'm content. It looks good. I wish I could have done bigger, but it's not going to let me. This was the original small one, and I'll put that on there just so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. This is what they originally came with for a setup. Yeah, that was a little slow. I think that one got me right around 20 miles an hour. Yeah, and that was with the big spur gear on top of it too. Yeah, that was a hell of a combination. Wrong gear. Never had to worry about lacking on power. Well, had all kinds of power, just no speed. Should say that. And now I've got a little bit of both. So, yeah, that's what we're at right now. Let me go back around and get you back down here on the project like so. So, yeah, that's what we've done. That's what we got accomplished. Got to get my cover back on. I don't know if this is going to go because of everything that is now there. Yeah, that's not going to go on. You can see where it was wearing on it before. Yeah. I don't know if there's going to be enough threads or enough holding with the set screws if I turn that around. Let me try that. Well, I got you here. Let me try that. Turn the set screw piece around. And see if I can't see if I'm going to get enough bite on them that way. If I can get enough bite on the set screw to the motor shaft, that might clear. Yeah, that's not going to clear. That's not going to clear. That's going to hit hard. So, I know what that cage, that thing is for, is to keep the E-clip on the spur gear from losing it. So, on the safety side of it, I'm going to move the pinions to the inside and go without the shield. I think that's where I'm going to be better off at, honestly. As much as I love running this thing, I am going to do myself that favor and just swing this right around. And match you up to there. Boy, I tell you, I don't know. Because this is where it gets to that fine line balance. But between being insane and working. The tooth engagement, the pinion gear and motor shaft engagement is a lot better there. And the tooth alignment even is better. The gear, even the gear engagement is better. So I'm not going to put the shield back on. It's not going to fit. As much as I wanted to put it on, I'm going to end up grinding material away if I do that. So I'm not doing that. And what I am going to do is over here, I think that was a 3. On this, here I've had a nut and a washer and a lock washer on this one. I don't think I'm needing this. Oh, that's not even gonna fit there. Damn, check that out. Let me put this one down here. I figured those threads would have threaded right up in that. Easy peasy kind of thing. But I really do need that down there for the strength. There. And seeing how this ain't the same length or same thread, there's no sense of putting it in there. It's only for this one and what would have been that one. So, hey, it is what it is. But yeah, now I just put my tire back on. That's where the fun part begins. Oh, yeah. Bead locks, by the way. And no, I'm not a big fan of running that without the guard on it. I will. I'll give it a shot. I got no problem with trying it out. I mean, it's not like I don't have another gear I can put on it. You know what I mean? And yes, I put a little ugga-dugga on that. With that, yes. All right. Well, there's that. And we shall see here how quiet everything is. I should be able to get the wheels up off the table. All right, let me go ahead and I'll flip that. And tell me what you think. think that sounds pretty good. So there you go, guys. There's a short little video. And no, I didn't show you all the other of the video. If you're interested in that gear that I used, that I found on Amazon, I will post that Amazon product in this video, and that way you guys will have it. And that way we'll have that nailed out, and you'll have some information to look at along with other fifth scale parts from that individual company. They do have a little bit. They're not a huge supplier, but they do have quite a bit on their website. So there's a ordeal you can think about with that whole benefit. Yeah, you'd think over this time I'd have half of these things put away in a better containment center. But all my fifth scale stuff is over here, so that will work. Yeah, all my fifth scale stuff is right there in this tote. Yeah, I could even do some shiny chrome things to go on the back wheels if I wanted to. But I myself, I like the serrated nuts, the serrated back nuts. So there you go. I thank y'all very much for stopping by, hanging out with us. It wasn't a very long video, I know, but everybody seems to be liking these short ones. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep rolling with the shorties. If I have to break a several multi-day video up, you know, where it would be an hour or half hour and 15-minute clips or 10-minute clips, so be it. It's just more content to go through and break off and into smaller chunks so that everybody sits back and enjoys it and has a good time doing so. And again, I want to thank you for stopping by and hanging out with Neil RC. And go have fun outside.